For the 47th time on the second Sunday in March, the South African cycling community gathered for the iconic Cape Town Cycle Tour. 28,000 amateurs took to the boulevards and streets of the mother city for a 109-kilometre circumnavigation of the peninsula. Alongside the participants in the unofficial Fun Riders World Championships, there were elite men's and women's races, as well as highly competitive junior age categories. As the Premier of the Western Cape, Alan Windy, explained, the event is like no other.
You know, it's like this race is, I shouldn't say race, this tour is part of our DNA. I mean, this is Cape Town, and it's amazing. I mean, I was chatting to one of the international guys that were here at the expo, and he said, you know, he's been around the world. He's involved in events like this around the world. He's never in his life ever seen an expo linked to an event like we've got. And of course, this is the day that the roads get closed, and people on two wheels get to spend the day riding around this beautiful mountain behind me. There's nowhere else in the world like this, and it is such an amazing event. It's an amazing event for health and well-being of us as Cape Townians and South Africans, but it's also a massive event. It's worth hundreds of millions to our economy. It creates jobs. It's an economic boost, and yeah, as I said, it's part of our DNA.
Having started as a ride to protest the lack of safe cycling infrastructure in 1978, the race has evolved to become part of the city's DNA. Integral to this is the celebration and empowerment of women and aspiring young sportspeople. For that reason, a 78-kilometre elite women's race was introduced in 2018, and the under-17 boys race was added in 2023. The boys were the first off the fishhook start line, and the future stars of South African road cycling were eager to put on a show. Though without teams to control the tempo, the race was an action-packed affair. From the gun there were solo attacks and counters, with the strongest riders seeking to establish an elite selection as quickly as possible. Once a group of contenders formed, they were happy to work together and bide their time in anticipation of the climbs in the second half of the course. Ahead of the women's race, defending champion Tiffany Keep, Hayley Breen and Sonara Grove were anticipating a fierce contest.
I think everybody's answer is always slightly nervous as well as slightly chilly. It's a big day. A lot of girls here that don't normally race, and we have 120 riders on the start line, so I think it's going to be a big race today.
Last year was the first year I've missed this race since I was like 10 or 11 years old, and it's the first time I did it on tandem with my dad. So it's always been my favorite race of the year, and I'll always come back to it. I really hope it's going to be my day. I'm always nervous for this race, I think, because it's a home race and everyone knows about it, but it also makes me excited and see what we can do.
I think the whole race is such a highlight on the calendar in South Africa, so to be here again this year is awesome, and just really looking forward to getting stuck in today.
The visiting German LKT team were the first to attack with Sienna Litbarski Grey as the women made their way towards Simonstown. The move was a relatively normal one for elite women's racing at the Cape Town Cycle Tour, as early attacks are common. But it was indicative of the aggressive approach LKT were bringing to the 2025 edition. Back in the city centre, the elite men set out at the same time as the women. With 31 additional kilometres to race, the starts are geographically staggered to ensure the women's race is unaffected by the men's. Rolling off the start line alongside the Castle of Good Hope, the first few kilometres are a neutral zone. The commissaire's vehicle and the official lead car kept the men back as they left the narrow roads of the CBD and climbed towards Nelson Mandela Boulevard. Penned in and chomping at the bit, the ceremonial roll out of town did little to steady the nerves. Only once the flag dropped and the race began in earnest would the nervous energy be converted to kinetic. With South Africa's biggest local talents assembled, many into powerful teams, the 47th edition would be lightning fast, with the record under threat from kilometre zero. Released from the confines of the neutral zone, several speculative attacks were launched on the ascent of Nelson Mandela Boulevard towards Hospital Bend. None of these came to anything, however, and it was only when the road ramped up again on Edinburgh Drive that Dylan Geary was able to establish the beginning of an advantage. Honeycomb 226's did not allow him too much leeway as they kept 2022 winner Mark Pritson positioned near the front of the bunch.
Going into this race, we changed it a little bit. If you look at the way we approached it last year we rode a more of an attacking race, trying to split it up. But this year we also saw the field a little bit stronger, so there are more riders to make it stronger, and also there are stronger teams, and the sprinters really want to win this race. So yeah, we had a plan, like, okay, follow the racing and let's see how we can see any opportunities that arise, and we did. We took the opportunities, we split the race.
Geary's move was shut down on the blue route, and Chris Jooster was the next to seize the initiative. The 2023 champion attacked as the race passed through Fishhook and took Honeycomb 226's Casper Krier with him. The initial group of two soon swelled to a dangerous size when Brandon Downs, Dane Appels, Reinhard Geyser, Christian Jans van Rensburg, Johan Trotsky, Zander Erasmus and Geary all bridged across. Behind them, the main group was on high alert, keeping the break on a short leash. This would make it possible for riders like Luke Moyer and Jaden Turlo to jump across later, but also maintain the potential for a sprint finish. With the elite races underway, the amateurs were setting off in batches at regular intervals. Among the starters was the city's executive mayor, Jordan Hill-Lewis.
It is wonderful. I mean, this is one of the headline events, 30,000+ cyclists, number of international cyclists as well. And events like this are just continuing to help grow the international stature of the city. Those awards also help, of course, but I do think, I agree with you, there is a momentum starting to build, which is awesome to see. That's what we want for Cape Town. And of course, the whole point of it is all the people that come here, all the events that come here, is more investment in our city and more jobs in our city, which is what we want.
Supporters play as big a role as the participants themselves. Their cheers of encouragement are an essential part of the action, as Dion Bing discovered.
Who are you supporting this year?
We're supporting all our family and all the riders here in Cape Town. And today it's a perfect condition, so let's hope they get personal best.
I know how hard this hill is, and I'm here to just show my support for the fellow cyclists.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, it's race day! Everybody's panicking about how hectic's our first hill, and you just hear the cheering. You're hearing the cheering. The first timers and the old timers. Oh, yeah! I'm feeling the energy. Champion, let's go, cyclists, let's go! Coffee fuels everything. I mean, whether you're at the side of the road cheering or whether you're on your bike first thing in the morning and you're waking up to get to the start line, you need a cup of coffee. You are just going to get more energy with these ladies here cheering you on. You gotta keep going, man.
As the largest time bicycle race in the world, the Cape Town Cycle Tour is supported by some of South Africa's most prominent companies, including Africa's largest bank, Standard Bank.
I think that being part of this event is something that Standard Bank aspires to. I think that the cyclists is really a motivational to all of us. I think the dedication, their support is something that we think is good, and it's certainly something we want to be involved. I think that from a day perspective, if you look at the weather, it's going to be an amazing day for the cyclists to be here. And if you look at the cyclists, I mean, you can just imagine the picture. The cyclists going on the road, it just goes with sustainability as well. It's somebody in terms of it's natural resources. It's really something that Standard Bank supports, and it really makes sense to us.
It made sense to the riders and supporters too, as they revelled in the party atmosphere.
Living fast, so we set the pace. Junebug, darling, couldn't be replaced. Underneath that...
Having attacked at the foot of Smitswinkel when the peloton brought her teammate back, Pierre Groenewald had been out front alone for 35 kilometres by the time the elite women's race reached Noordhoek. Starting the ascent of Chapman's Peak Drive, the LKT rider had a 3-minute advantage over the peloton behind. With no race radio, out of sight was out of mind, and the German was able to ride her own tempo, controlling her effort. Behind, once the word reached the favourites that Grunewald's advantage was nearing unassailable, the chase went from measured to frenetic. This shredded the group to a handful of favourites.
I think maybe two's my lucky number here. I certainly hope not. I do want to win this race one day. It's an amazing race. We just couldn't close the gap quick enough. Didn't realise exactly how big that gap had gotten until the bottom of Chappies, and we were told 3 minutes. I thought maybe she was 30 seconds, 1 minute away. But yeah, told three minutes at the bottom of Chappies, 1:20 at the top of Suikerbossie. When we got into Camps Bay, it just didn't look like we were going to manage to close the gap. We chased hard, even on the descents, trying to bring it down, but yeah, it never got back.
A recent introduction to the Cape Town Cycle Tour is the 42-kilometre short route ride. Starting and finishing in the heart of the city, the course follows the first 21 kilometres of the main race, then doubles back upon itself and returns via the M3 and Nelson Mandela Boulevard. It offers the perfect family event, an introduction for new and young riders, and the chance for young racers to exercise their competitive instincts. Great vibes prevailed on the short route, as they did for the 109-kilometre full distance. While the racers raced, the less competitive soaked up the atmosphere, the cheers of the roadside fans, and the perfect Cape Town summer weather. The riding was not all easy all the time, but it would all be fun upon reflection later, and that is what matters most. Support out on the course included Coca-Cola Peninsula Beverages refreshment stations and a live broadcast by Heart FM. With encouragement aplenty, the kilometres flew by and soon the finish line loomed. Hopefully many would be inspired to step up in distance in 2026, if only to see more of the city and enjoy more cheers. Post-ride, the plan was to refuel with a Coke and celebrate with a medal. Out on the road in the elite men's race, the breakaway was holding strong through the reserve section. They held a 40-second advantage and were working well together. Unlike in the women's race, the peloton was keeping the break in sight, at least on longer stretches of road. But both groups had clear goals in mind. For those in the break, it was essential to keep the fastest finishers at bay. Among those who needed the race to come back together was 2012 winner Reinhard Janse van Rensburg. The Chinola Pro Cycling team were unrepresented in the front group on Chapman's Peak.
Yeah, I didn't want to be in such a big group coming to the finish. I wanted to be in that front group that was in front. So I was actually on Suikerbossie just on the group, and then I dropped my chain and I had a gap, like 10-second gap that I had to try to make up. So we were like four guys chasing behind, but we couldn't catch it. And then luckily the group came in the last 5-6 kilometers and pulled us back to the front group, so I had a chance again.
Talk to us about how adaptable the team plan is on the day, because in a race of 109 kilometers, there are a lot of variables that you can't really plan for. You can have scenarios, but how adaptable do you need to be as a team, and particularly as an individual rider in a team, to what's happening around you? You must have a plan B, C, D, E.
Yeah, so we lost 2 of our riders pretty early on with punches. So then we were only 4 guys left, and that move that went after Komiki, like after 60 kilometers in the race, we wanted somebody there, but we didn't have somebody there, so that put us under pressure to try and control that. So then, yeah, you're kind of on the back foot, but yeah, so the speed on Chapman's and Suikerbossie was super intense. So yeah, it's kind of like a pattern in this race that strong guys try to go there, and Yeah, it was quite a big group in the end coming together, but yeah, it was touch and go.
Having only lost 30 seconds to the chasing group of favourites on Chappies, Groenewold put her time trialling skills to great effect every time the road flattened out, racing towards the finish line in record time.
Having a look at your average time on the race, above 36 kilometers an hour on a very tough course on quite a humidity kind of day. Big breakaway. What was the strategy?
We had the strategy to ride for Nele Lang. She's our best rider. And then teammate attacked very early, and I made a counter-attack. And then I was alone, and I thought, okay, just try. Maybe they will catch you, maybe not. And then the gap was bigger and bigger, and then our team car comes to me and said, you have 2 minutes, just ride. And I went, okay, let's go.
So the team car actually came to you and said, look, don't worry about the strategy. You've got 2 minutes ahead, just keep going.
Yes, yeah.
And at what point did you think, okay, I'm going to win this thing?
Yeah, 20 kilometers before finish.
Behind Groenewold, there was a fierce sprint for second.
Yeah, that worked out all really well, and I have to say a big thanks to my team, because without them I wouldn't have managed. They did like an amazing lead out for the sprint, and yeah, I actually have them to thank for today. Very good teammates, very good friends, race well together and spend a lot of time together, so for one of our teammates to win is just a really amazing feeling.
Grove took second in the sprint ahead of Litbarski Gray. Groenewold was joined by the pair along with Vera Losse and Kelsey van Schoor for the podium celebrations. In the under-17 boys, Frederick Buerter had outsprinted Tristan McGibbon, Cameron Wilcox and Cal Williams. Thomas Kominos completed the top 5 places. Groenewold's winning time was 2 minutes and 30 seconds faster than Therese Willett's 2020 previous course record. In the elite men's race, the finale was more dramatic.
It was a crazy finish. We got caught just on the line by the bunch behind, so a little bit bleak that couldn't pull off the win, but congratulations to the front two.
What was going through your head when you saw them catch you and you saw the finish line so close?
So I didn't see them, well, I saw them coming probably on the last corner, but I didn't know that they had actually caught us by the time we opened up the sprint. So I thought I had it when I came past Luke, and then lastminute.com, there were 2 riders that came past. I actually thought it was the motorbikes that were trying to get a good shot or something, and it was them. So unfortunately it didn't work out.
In the closing kilometres, men were trying to hit it out early or delay for the sprint. Meanwhile, Tyler Langer surged up from behind.
Yeah, really good. Caught me a bit off guard, if I'm honest. I think top 5 I knew was maybe possible, but to win it's a big shock for me. And yeah, I had really good legs in the day. Boys looked after me super well and had to gamble a bit in the end, hoping it would come back for a sprint. Obviously, I wasn't actually in the front move with the likes of Luke Moyer. So yeah, for it to come back together with like 400 meters to go, it was perfect for me, and then I just had to finish it off in the sprint. It's actually really hard to explain. It's something super special. I mean, the speed is insane. I mean, you're touching on 65k an hour coming into the finish after 100k in your legs. So it's something really special, and it's split-second decisions that can make or break your day. So bit of luck involved, but it's part of the sport. It's a big one. I mean, I grew up watching the race with my dad racing, and it's super special. Obviously, I'm based in the Cape now, so it's a bit of a home race for me, so it's an awesome one to pull off.
Tyler created a Langer family dynasty by adding his name to a title his father won on 3 occasions. His winning time was also a new course record, shaving 1 minute and 41 seconds off Robbie Hunter's 2007 time. With a champion's crown, attention shifted to the thousands of amateur cyclists who were enjoying the beautiful Cape Town scenery and superb weather as they made their way around the peninsula. It was not just the conditions which were stellar, the crowds and supporters were world-class too, cheering on those who were starting to fatigue, helping them over the climbs.
The Cape Town Cycle Tour brings people from all over the world into our city which we're very fortunate, and then also come out and make sure that they enjoy what Cape Town has to offer. The beautiful scenic routes on the cycle tour, and also our beautiful ocean, our beautiful mountain, and our beautiful people. So yeah, it's a mammoth task for us, and we're very fortunate to be a part of this cycle tour. And we have a huge amount of people. We've got over 300 people that work on the event over the week. And then we have 100,000 litres of water, about 50,000 litres of Coca-Cola and Coca-Cola Zero, and about 70,000 litres of Powerade, which the guys obviously take out in all the route and the points and make sure that we keep those cyclists hydrated and get them through to the end point. Making it to the end after the 109 kilometers, which is absolutely amazing. It's an achievement to get out there, to stay fit, and a milestone. And that hopefully, that experience makes them come back next year. Again, also thank you to all the partners, City of Cape Town, all the other big partners involved, everyone that comes together to make sure that we can deliver this event to everyone that comes from all over the world. And for us, it's not just about sponsoring and making sure that people stay hydrated. For us, the important thing is also giving back to the community, creating work for people that can work in this week, creating jobs, putting food on people's table. For us, that's very important. So to make a real difference that matters in the communities we live and operate in, and we're very proud to be a part of this amazing event.
Yes, I'm keeping the cyclists going, but my energy and Oakley's energy, we're here to ensure that the cyclists have the energy to continue the drive, to keep on going, because this is the Cape Town Cycle Tour 2025.
Everybody said it's beautiful, so that's definitely it. It is the highlight of the race, the beauty, but it is tough.
So fantastic. I'm enjoying. Actually, it's my second time now. I did last year, and this is my second time. So far, so good. I'm enjoying it.
This is my 25th. So the race is going absolutely fantastic. The weather is awesome. The Mother City has delivered. It is a fantastic experience having a draw. Here at the Oakley stand now, they've just cleaned off my shades. I was going so fast. I mean, there was flies and everything in them. So I'm very happy, and it's a great event, a great, well-organized event, and everything is ecstatic.
How have you been enjoying today? You've got a huge grin on your face. Has there been pain, or is it all pleasure?
All pleasure. Just a load of fun.
My partner and I decided to ride as giant cats. It's very hard and hot.
It's a good way to make this a little bit extra fun.
This is both our 5th tour, and so we decided to do something different and for charity this tour. So it's really wonderful to do it. And the kiosk has been great. The audience, the people are amazing, so we just love it.
Fancy dress or silly bikes, with charities the main beneficiaries of the race, there were reasons aplenty for high spirits. And the end was nearly in sight too. From the summit of Chappies, the views continued down into Hart Bay and onto the final challenge of the course, Seikobosi. Then it was downhill to Camps Bay.
9 kilometers to go. The worst is over, the best is over, which is also quite sad. You finish off at the end and say, man, 2025 Cape Town Cycle Tour, what an absolute pleasure, hey?
Months of work, like the months of training riders undertook, went into making the event a roaring success.
So here we are at one of the most beautiful finish lines of a cycle race in the world, with the beautiful mountains in the background. A stunning day for the 47th edition of the Cape Town Cycle Tour. And this man and his team worked very hard to make sure that this race is a massive success. Dave Belair, well done on a beautiful day.
Yeah, I wish myself and the team could take credit for the beautiful day. But I think the team have been amazing. We have just an unbelievable group of people putting this together. And it isn't just about the team, it's about the relationships with the city, the province, the various sponsors, all of the role players, roads department. So it's a collaboration. An event of this size doesn't come together without an immense amount of people pulling together and making it happen.
Your message to those guys that are on the course at the moment, ho bien ho.
Ho bien ho, and those are the real heroes. Those are the folk that for me make this event everything that it is. Standing on the finish line at 3:30, 4 o'clock, watching the faces of the people for whom this is a massive achievement is so special. It means so much. It means to me, to the team, because we know that the people overcoming challenges, people that have got out on a bike for the first time and attempted this thing, to see their looks on the faces is just so special. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Winners are great, they create the vibe, but to be able to watch the others finish is something that's very special to me.
Every finisher was indeed special and added their names to the near half-century of cycling history. Riding to celebrate Cape Town, riding for a better future. Entries to the 2026 edition, which is set to take place on Sunday the 8th of March, open in late September this year. Don't miss the opportunity to join the Mother City's biggest bike ride.